Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Charan. In this video I will show you using stored procedures in MVC how to create an online quiz project. And here we got a new output after adding the jQuery and JavaScript functionality. Now let's select the answers. What is the capital of India? I'm selecting Delhi, which is the right answer. The capital of USA, I'm selecting Texas. China, Beijing. Australia is Canberra. Now when I click submit, the correct answers below the options and the user selected answers will be displayed at the bottom. Let's compare the results. And notice here the capital of USA, I have selected the Texas, but the correct answer is the Washington. So here we got the Texas. The answer I have selected Texas. And also notice that radio button controls are disabled. That's it. We have implemented the stored procedures in MVC to create an online quiz project. If you are a first time visitor to my channel, please subscribe to get the latest updates. Before writing the coding part in MVC, first we'll check the table in SQL Server Management Studio. Just for the time saving, I have already created a table. The table name is the online exam, which contains some data. And the column names are QID is the question ID, which is the auto-generated column. And the second column is the question name. And notice the option 1, 2, 3 and 4. These 4 columns will be the options for this question. So user can select one of these options using through radio button control. And the last column is the correct answer. It will compare the selected answer from the user with this correct answer. If both matches, the answer will be right. Otherwise, the answer will be wrong. Now the next part is we have to create the stored procedure. This table name online exam I have created in this new DB database. In the same new DB database, come to the bottom, there is a programmability folder. Expand that one, and stored procedures is a subfolder of the programmability. Highlight the stored procedure, right click that one, new stored procedure. And here we got the default stored procedure code. I'm deleting the default stored procedure name and parameters which I don't require. Create procedure. The procedure name is quiz online is my stored procedure name. And in the select statement, select star from, the table name is dbo.onlineexam. Just copy this part and pasting here. That's it. Let's create the stored procedure, execute, and here we got a message command completed successfully. Let's execute the stored procedure to check the results. I'm selecting the new DB database, right click the mouse, new query. Let's execute the stored procedure. To execute the stored procedure, the keyword is the exec and the stored procedure name is quiz online. Execute. And here we got the results of this stored procedure. Displays the data. After creating a table and stored procedure, now we'll create a new project in Visual Studio. For this video tutorial, I'm creating a new MVC application. Go to File, New, Project. And from the web templates, I'm selecting ASP.NET Web Application. In the .NET framework is 4.6.1. The application name is MVC Online Quiz using stored procedure. SP is a stored procedure. This is my project name. Click OK. And from the ASP.NET templates, I'm selecting MVC. Click OK. And the project is created successfully. Let's close this default window. Open Solution Explorer. First in this project, I'm adding ADO.NET Entity Model Right click the project name, add. I'm selecting ADO.NET Entity Data Model. The model name is quiz. Click OK. And from the model contents, I'm selecting the first option, EF Designer from database. Click next. Let's create a new SQL Server connection. I'm adding my SQL Server name. After adding SQL Server name, now I'm selecting the database name. The table and stored procedures I have created in this database new DB. So I have selected new DB database. Test connection is succeeded. OK. And here we got our connection string, and the connection string entity name is a new DB entities, and I'm saving this connection string in the web.config file. Click next. Let's select the selected database objects, the tables and stored procedure. I'm expanding the tables folder as well as DBO. The table name is online exam, and come to the bottom, the stored procedures, expand that one as well as DBO. Our stored procedure name is a quiz online. So I'm selecting that stored procedure name. Click finish. And here we got our entity model is added to our project online exam. Now let's import the function. Select the entity model, right click the mouse, add new, and select the function import. And in the stored procedure function name, open that one. Our stored procedure name is a quiz online. After we selected our stored procedure, let's add our function name is fun is a function, quiz is a function name. Click OK. And here we got the function name and stored procedure, both are added in our model browser. Let's open Solution Explorer, minimize the references folder. Now in this controllers folder, I'm adding MVC controller. Right click the controllers folder, add controller. I'm selecting MVC file controller empty, add. The controller name is online quiz. Is the controller name Z, add. And here we got our controller online quiz. Now in this public action result index, the get method, I'm adding my connection string entity name, which is a new DB entities, and is an object new DB entities. After that, in the return view, I'm simply adding the function name of the stored procedure, function quiz. That's it. We have done the coding part in the MVC. Now we require the index view page to display the data. So before adding the index view page to this project, we must build the application first. Build solution. And the project built successfully. Let's close this output message box. Now select the index method, action result index, right click the mouse, add view. The view name is index only. The template, I'm not selecting any template, so I'm leaving empty without model. Click add. And here we got our index view page without any template. Now let's add the heading, center tag. I'm closing this center tag after the header tags. In the index view, I'm adding the heading, creating online quiz project using stored procedures in MVC. Horizontal line at model IEnumerable. In this IEnumerable, the T type, I'm adding my project name underscore the project name dot my table name, which is the online exam. The OT type we are getting from this table name. So online exam. After that, after horizontal line, I'm adding at for each loop, for each variable item in model. Between curly braces, I'm adding the table. Let's add the table here first. Table. I'm closing this table. After the curly braces, tr td at item dot. The first one I'm adding the question ID, the column ID, question ID, and at item dot question. Then the next td. Now between these TDs, I'm adding the options, the 4 options in the radio button elements. So input type is equals to radio ID is equals to the first radio button ID is option 1, and the name is equals to at item dot question ID. Class is equals to class is radio answer options, and the value is equals to at item dot option 1. Let's close that input radio element to display the value option 1. Let's copy this one. We have 4 options, so I'm adding 4 radio button controls. The ID is the option 2. The name and class are not changing. The value I'm changing to option 2, and display also option 3. This one 3 and this one 3, and the last 4th radio button control. 4. That's it. We have added the options in the radio button controls, and notice here the name, which is I'm grouping the radio button controls with the question ID. Now let's add the last column, which is the answer. For that, I don't require an TD here only, but I'm adding one label control. Label ID is equals to label correct answer name. Here the name and class I'm adding the same one. What I'm doing, I'm putting in a bold tag correct answer at item dot correct answer. After that, we'll add the last element to the button control. After the table, I'm adding button ID is equals to but1 is a submit. Here the type of the button, we need to add the type is equals to button. That's it. Up to now we have just binded the data into a table and one button control. Now before adding the online quiz functionality, first we'll check the output, how it looks, the designing part on the browser. So before run this application, the most important, we have to change our controller name. For that, open Solution Explorer. In the project, there is the app_start folder. Expand that one. routeconfig.cs file, open that one, and notice here the controller is the home, which is the default one. Delete that one. Our controller name is online quiz. Copy that one and paste here. and the action result is the index page only, which is this one, index view page. That's it. Now let's check the output, Google Chrome. And here we got the basic output of the project. Notice here we got the headings, after that the question number and the question, what is the capital of India. We got the 4 options, Hyderabad, Delhi, Mumbai and Bangalore. Then the last one is the correct answer is the Delhi. And below we got a button control to submit the data. Let's check the radio button controls are working or not. So now my aim is, first I want to hide the correct answer until a user clicks the button control. This label control will not be shown to the user. And I want to disable this radio button controls when the user clicks this button control. And the last one, the selected radio button values I want to display. So let's finish the rest of the part. Switch to the coding part. Stop debugging. Let's add this label control. And let's add the style. Display none semicolon, and I want to display this correct answer in a green color. So in the bold tag I'm adding style color style is equals to color green semicolon. Now let's add a label control break label ID is equals to selected radio, and this label control is to display the selected options from the user. Now let's write the JavaScript functionality script. In the script I'm adding function display results is a function name. In this function I want to display the records in this label control. So document.get element by ID between double quotes. This element by ID takes a string parameter. The element ID is a select radio. The label ID dot inner HTML is empty. Then declare a variable results is equals to, so document dot get element by tag name. The radio button tag name is the input between single quotes. I'm adding input tag semicolon. Now after that I'm adding for loop I is equals to 0, I is less than results dot length semicolon I plus plus. If here the results value we are getting from this option, so results, let's put in an array the selected options. That option type you are getting from this radio button control, and I want to display only the selected radio button values only. If results I dot checked, and that selected checked values I want to display this label ID. Copy this one, plus is equals to, the first I'm adding the question mark plus plus results I dot name your selected answer is plus plus results I dot value, then I am adding break for the next question, for the next answers. That's it, we have added the JavaScript functionality. The selected radio button values display in this label control. Now when a user clicks the button control, I want to show this label control. So in the same script, I am adding the jQuery functionality. When we are adding jQuery functionality, we require the jQuery reference link. So open Solution Explorer. In the project, there is a scripts folder, expand that one, and notice there is a bunch of jQuery links here. I am selecting the jQuery 1.10.2.min.js, just drag and drop on our index view page. Now we can write the function $document dot ready function semicolon. Now in this ready function, when a user clicks the button control, so I'm adding the button control ID, which is this one, but1 dot click. So let's take a click function. When the user clicks the button control, I want to display this label control. So I'm adding the class name of the label control, dollar between double quotes dot the class name dot show method. And also I want to disable this radio button controls. So I can add the same class name of the radio button controls between double quotes dot the class name of the radio button controls dot attribute. The attribute takes two parameters. The first one is disabled true. I want to disable the radio button controls. That's it, we have added the jQuery functionality also. Now the most important, we need to add this function name in the button click. On click event, I'm adding the function name. And here we forgot to add the breaks. Break, copy this one, break. That's it, we have done the complete coding part. Now it's time to check the results on the browser Google Chrome. And here we got a new output after adding the jQuery and JavaScript functionality. Now let's select the answers. What is the capital of India? I'm selecting Delhi, which is the right answer. The capital of USA, I'm selecting Texas. China, Beijing. Australia is Canberra. Now when I click submit, the correct answers below the options and the user selected answers will be displayed at the bottom. Let's compare the results. And notice here the capital of USA, I have selected the Texas, but the correct answer is the Washington. So here we got the Texas. The answer have selected Texas. And also notice that radio button controls are disabled. That's it. We have implemented the stored procedures in MVC to create an online quiz project.